All right, Commissioner Durantis, it is August 2nd, 2022. It has been a while. How you doing?
It's been too long. I miss our conversations, Ken. And, as we start to open back up and hear from members of our staff, there are people that miss the videos. So we're going to start to have these again. What did we say, about once a month?
I think we're really going to commit to the first week of every month so we can recap what happened the month before and then give staff a heads up on the current month and some activities. So like you, I'm glad and happy to be back.
So happy to be back. I was just last week up at the Wilderness School, and they were just doing a graduation of 3 expeditions that came back. Honestly, I tell you, they were anywhere from 5 to 15 to 20 days in the wilderness. And let me tell you what, they're doing some serious work out there. One of the groups that came back was actually a partnership that we have developed with Department of Labor and Department of, or DEEP. What is DEEP? Energy and Environmental Protection. They got some real cute, cool stuff going on with a conservation corps of kids that go out. And then they like clean up different trails and things, but also are working. So like that kind of summer youth employment is incorporated to the Wilderness School. So like that partnership between state agencies is alive and well through the work up there at the Wilderness School. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's the second year they've done that. And kudos to Aaron Wiebe and his staff for, like you said, the collaboration between other state agencies to really afford these youth a fantastic experience.
Yeah.
And as we know, Wilderness School is 24/7, but so are Solnit North and Solnit South. And I think you have a real particular message for the staff working there.
Yeah, we do. As we continue to talk about our 24/7 locations, I forgot to mention though, when we talk about outdoor activities for kids, that was kind of on the older end of things. We also have our Sibling Connections Camp that's happening. It's a little bit different than it was in years past. The deadline is tomorrow I don't want to forget to say that, and we'll embed the link to it in the memo that accompanies this. But there's also some good stuff to do for the younger kids that we know that are in care that usually love those kind of outdoor experiences with their siblings. Now transitioning to our other facility and our 24/7 locations, Solnit North and South, we know we have the 2 PRTFs and then the hospital that have been just full steam throughout the pandemic. And our staff are, really committed to the work that they're doing there. But, they're getting hit with the workforce crisis that we know is impacting us, not only us at DCF, but across Health and Human Services and across the whole workforce across the country. And, we have to come up with some strategies to really help over there. But, kudos to all of the staff at Solnit North and South and, both of our campuses to, kind of weather the storm.
Absolutely. And speaking of the storm, speaking of tsunamis, the silver tsunami, has it passed? Is it calm for now? I think over the past 6 months, we've seen huge
I am so appreciative of the legacy left by so many people who have transitioned from the department. We are strong today as an agency because of the work of so many people who have retired over the last year. I think that the anticipated retirements that, kind of had the crescendo on July 1st started earlier because of the pandemic and people making some decisions about their own work-life balance and whether or not they wanted to stay in this field. It's also an opportunity for us collectively, though, to think about ways of recruiting. The best recruitment method is word of mouth. And so, if you know of people, particularly nurses and people in the healthcare field and want to do some direct service, spread the word that DCF is open for business. And, it's a great place to work. It's like, this is my 30th year with the agency, and I don't think I could think of doing anything different. It's definitely hard work, but it's hard work. And, the best way to let people know what it feels like to work here is by word of mouth. And so as we think about the staffing crisis, particularly at our 24/7 locations, we can use this platform to, just share with everyone the opportunities to kind of get the word out about state employment again.
Absolutely. Recruitment's everybody's responsibility. Right?
It
we talk about that in foster care. Now we're talking about that.
It is. Oh, and there was something you also asked. You said, is the tsunami over? And I said, what we found when we look at our data is that because hiring is centralized right now, and that what we've been told is that they've been really, really feverishly working to replace positions pretty much on par with where we are in a given year. So it's like, 400 and something odd positions that have been replaced within the year, as we typically would. The problem is, I think, is that we've lost probably more than that because of the like I just said, those reasons for people kind of leaving our workforce. We still have some of the strongest retention rates in the country in terms of staff that are staying here for longevity, but we want to tune into those places like our trainees and like our healthcare staff that we tend to see a lot of vacancies right now, to really lean into recruitment for those positions. So yeah, they're working really hard to get positions filled, but we need everyone's help to kind of get the recruitment back up to where it needs to be.
Absolutely. So speaking of that positive message of the department, and we know the department being really a fantastic place to work, we've really raised our presence in social media, whether it's Twitter and Facebook, and a large part of that is the monthly newsletter that we put out entitled Spotlight on What's Right, where we highlight the great work, the great successes that occur when our department engages and empowers and supports children and families.
I am amazed every month when you send me the copy of what's about to go out, at the stories that people share. Just everyday staff members doing their job and doing it with the heart that I know DCF is all about. And we share stories about family. We share stories about different aspects of the department that people may not have thought about. It takes so much to run an agency like ours. When we're fully staffed, we're staffed for 3,200 people. That's a lot of people, a lot of stories, and a lot of lives that are impacted by the work that we do. So the spotlight is a way to be able to continue to elevate the work of our staff, and this one is no exception. We're going to resend it out again to make sure people see it and tune into some of the things happening around the department.
Absolutely, and a couple highlights to kind of tease folks if they haven't read it yet. We have a great piece on the work from Team Waterbury, and especially social worker Brittany Kilfeather, to actually bring two adolescent sisters to their sister in Alaska, who became a licensed kinship placer.
Incredible.
The vision of 13 bags of luggage and two adolescents going across the country to Alaska is something to think about. And one of the pieces as well that I really liked is a father named Joseph, who said to me, "Ken, I cried when I knew DCF was coming to investigate my family, but yet he got in the right place at the right time," and really gives credit to two workers, Teresa Fetal and Jillian Robichaud, who he says engaged, didn't judge, accepted him for who he was, and he's doing really, really well now. So that's just a couple highlights of the pieces that we put out that really tell the DCF story in the way we know the DCF story should be told.
That's right. There's people out there working every day, interfacing with kids and families, whether it's in our facilities, out in communities, in folks' homes, in the wilderness, kind of making a difference every single day. And I couldn't be more proud to kind of lead this agency into our next chapter. Like, this has just been a tremendously tough couple of years with the pandemic, plunked right in the middle of it all. And I'm just continuing to be amazed at how our staff has just risen to the occasion time and time again.
Absolutely. So, Commissioner, we wanted to keep this this video succinct. That's what we had for today. Any closing thoughts or remarks for the staff?
I ended most of our communication through the pandemic that we'll get through this together. And I recently looked back at some of the videos we did in our early days, and there was a lot of uncertainty. But what I know for sure is that we have gotten through this, and that whatever this next phase looks like, we are poised and ready to support not only our workforce, but the communities that we serve. And I'm just really, again, very happy about the work I see coming out of this department, and, really trying to lean into some of the ways that we could fill some of our gaps to make sure we can do good work even better. So thanks a lot. We can't wait to do another one next month.
Okay, we will see everybody in about 30 days. Take care.
Bye.